Dear John, I spoke to Mike Brown on Sunday after the meeting and expressed that I felt you were right to feel offended and not being consulted over the issues raised against you and raised by them. Mike acknowledged that he too felt that he should have spoken to you and that he would like to do so. I explained that I felt it was his responsibility because if they were right, then they owed it to you to address all matters in order for you to respond appropriately. As I'm not a church member, I'm not privy to the private matters that were raised by the elders or the church, but feel I have good reason to inquire and ask to be informed so that I may act appropriately. As you know, I've been in attendance as a member of the congregation with the church at Hill Park for almost 3 years, being involved in the many activities, so I'm not an impartial observer. I too have, during my time as a Christian, had to deal with articles of religion, making applications to join churches. I've been virtually told to leave a church. I've been told that I would not be accepted as a member of a Gospel Standard Strict Baptist church anywhere. And for the past 14 years or so, I've been out of fellowship with any Christian church, as joining a church is a serious matter. I have continued as the sole remaining member of the Bearton Strict Particular Baptist Church, given myself to doing what I can, working internationally by publishing and producing educational books, audio and video materials, all for the furtherance of the gospel, testifying to small and great the wonderful works of God. I came to meet with the church at Hill Park 3 years ago after feeling I ought to try meeting Christians again. I intended to keep low profile and be as helpful and cooperative as I could, with no intention to raise any issues of dispute. As you know, we met on several occasions and we both realised we all had our own views on certain issues, but no contentions were raised and any issues laid aside. And any differences of opinion, it was acknowledged, could be dealt with in due course. The problem we had was finding the time and establishing a method of addressing any of those differences, and COVID-19 prevented this from happening. It came as a matter of surprise to me when things happened to you and all, as it did, and the division that has occurred. However, as things were with the church, I was not free to make an application to become a church member, as there were matters that had occurred and raised that needed to be addressed, and some of these, I understand, were those issues that were raised by the elders and yourselves. Also, I did not know the doctrinal standing of the church, as I never had the opportunity to discuss or converse with the elders over these various important matters. And I hate controversy, but sometimes it is necessary. This has left me free to work and help whoever I can, not being a member of the church, and I have offered to help in the activities of the church under the supervision of the elders in various ways, so that no doctrinal conflicts of interest with the church or myself would take place. I have a proposal for you to become a student of Bearton Particular Baptist Theological Institute, of which I am seeking to link with Baguio Christ-centered churches in the Philippines. I also wish my son to enrol, who is due to return to the UK in December, along with his wife, who is not a Christian, and my daughter Rebecca, who is a Christian, and her partner, who is not a Christian. I would also encourage the church in Pakistan, and of course the church meeting at Hill Park to partake. We may well be able to meet at Hill Park, as the elders may wish to enrol as students too. We can also invite other students to join us using various means of teaching. Lectures and lessons can be tailor-made to aim at all educational levels, including a theological degree. We're able to treat church history, having a reformed view of soteriology, also eschatology, and a range of current Christian issues. We have all the textbooks, which we have personally produced and published, all available as free PDF downloads from our Bearton Particular Baptist Institute PDF library, or hard copies may be purchased from Amazon, along with the coursework. This study will be open to all registered students and, of course, open to the elders of Hill Park and church members. I have approached William Pollock to assist in this work. Meanwhile, I expect you and Mike Brown will speak to each other about the issues, and I hope he will make it clear to you the biblical reasons for their actions, and you have the privilege as a church member to respond appropriately. Meanwhile, I've made available the enclosed book for your reading, which is a free PDF download. To introduce you to some of our biblical studies, I believe you will enjoy it. It's called The History of the Work of Redemption by Jonathan Edwards, an 18th century classic, also available as a hard copy from Amazon. If you'd like a hard copy, I can arrange for an author's copy to be sent to you directly from Amazon. If you go to the back of the book, there are hyperlinks for you to access over 50 of our publications that are used as teaching texts for coursework. If this suggestion sounds reasonable to you, let us meet up to discuss matters. Yours in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, David Clark, 29th of September 2021.